Module 4 is about World Wide Web strategies, and we're going to mostly work during this module to look at a little bit of search strategies and really good habits to form when you're online. And the goal for this particular module is to create a pathfinder. You can choose the topic that makes the most sense for you. As you go through and see some of the examples, you can see some of the topics that people have done in the past. Think about what you could need in your current situation. As I say again and again and again, I really like for these to be useful to you. It needs to be something that you could turn around and give to your students or to use in your job for your coworkers or something like that tomorrow or next week. So make it useful. The Pathfinder that you're going to create harkens back to old paper-based pathfinders that especially librarians have used for a very, very long time. And it provides not only information, but how you've arrived at that information. It shows you sort of how you got to what you found. And that is helpful to the person who is following the information or using that information because it helps them learn to expand and then again to create or recreate the same or a similar search for themselves at a later date. You'll see that the technology learning cycle for this particular module is going to lead you through sort of exploring what that Pathfinder is. The awareness is not only just, a Pathfinder, but it's sort of this awareness that we all need better searching strategies. Information is expanding at an exponential rate, and there's no way that we can sort of keep up with everything that's out there, and there's no need for us to know everything that's out there. But on a particular topic, it can sometimes help a beginning researcher to find a little bit of focused information as maybe just a jumping off point. In the exploration phase, you'll sort of learn about Pathfinders. What can they do? Why are they useful? Where can they help focus research needs or learning needs for a particular group of people? In the learning section, you've got some short activities to complete. Some of these are maybe things that you've done in the past, or if you happen to teach these kinds of activities, perhaps you even teach them. But I think it's always fun to go back and do them again. I can't count the number of times I've gone through some of these activities myself, and it's just interesting to see changes from year to year or from the last time you've pointed someone in the same direction. So they're just some short little activities. I'm going to go ahead and have you add those to your wiki as you complete them because it's a nice little tie-in to this whole module. Obviously the application is the creation of your Pathfinder, and then your sharing is posting that completed Pathfinder and your reflection over the TLC for this part on your wiki, and again added onto the discussion board as well. It's very, very important as you go through this to recognize that all search tools and search engines are not created equal. Most students and most adults will have one or two search engines that they sort of default to. And that is just the way that they tend to operate. And so by using some different search engines and really looking at how the information is compiled, maybe if you're really techie, you can look at some of the algorithms, really explore that a little bit. How does a particular engine deal with ads versus information? Can corporations pay their way to make it to the top of the page? Different little things like that are sometimes information that is helpful to know as you're using a particular engine. It's really, really important to think about strategies first, and that some of those activities will lead you through a little bit of that strategy. But we all know, we all have been around someone who is new perhaps to the web, not an experienced searcher, and we see how much time they will waste just kind of going back and forth and not really being able to focus their search on exactly the information that they need. So that's one of the things that it's really important to think about. If this particular topic is something that you really enjoy, You may also enjoy the course that's offered in the Even Summers, which is Library Networks and Databases, because we spend quite a bit of time in that particular class expanding on search strategies and how to teach others how to be more effective searchers. So I thought I'd just throw that out there. But this is a really fun module, and this is a really good activity to complete. I think that you will really like making your Pathfinder. As you look through all of those examples that are from ones that students in this class and its different course iteration names have created Pathfinders, there are a couple of really good examples I want to call your attention to. The one that's called Children's Authors Biographies and the one that's called College Career Planning. Both of those are pretty close to the top, but what I want you to look at really are the formats of those. Really appreciate how those have been completed because they give you a nice introduction, a nice description of the users, a very clear explanation of the strategies that were used to locate information, and then all of the websites have the appropriate documentation and they are annotated. So really make sure that you take a look at all of those different things, look at the rubric for the Pathfinder, and make sure that you have created it in such a way that it will indeed be useful to someone else.